Mama's gone mad. Mama's gone mad. Mama's gone mad.
Hi, I'm Brenna, and this is the Mama's Gone Mad podcast.
Mama's gone mad. Mama's gone mad.
So, we're at the end of the Easter holidays. I hope you've all had a good one. We've had a very, very restful Easter holidays. I feel like just everything, the mental load kind of went down a little bit. I think keeping up with clubs for me and keeping up with work, it gets a bit draining between like my mental health, my physical health, and I think for every mother it probably gets a bit draining because there's just so much to remember, there's so much to keep on top of, like with school, ordering Lily's meals, packing James's lunches, making sure that I try to get to all of the school events, keeping on top of things like forestry, PE kits. It's just an awful lot, and I know it maybe doesn't sound a lot to people who don't do it every day, and I fully get that being a parent is a privilege. It absolutely is, and I love being a parent, I love being a mum. It doesn't mean it's not hard though to try and keep on top of everything and try and remember all the dates, all the times. I find myself panicking at least once a week that I've got something wrong, that we've missed something. I've kind of lost my train of thought because Stuart came in, but even today I had a full-on panic that the kids had missed their swimming. So basically the swimming was off during Easter holidays, but then there was a replacement lesson because one of their lessons was cancelled a few weeks back. So they went to the replacement lesson, and then I convinced myself that swimming was back on for the second week of Easter holidays. So today I had a full-blown panic that they'd missed their swimming lesson. They hadn't. It doesn't start until this Friday. But in my head, I was just absolutely sure that they had missed it. Even like going back to school, obviously they're not back today, they're back tomorrow. I'm saying it as if I'm recording this on Sunday, but obviously you're listening on Monday. So I was sure that they were going back in on Monday. Like I would have been at the school gates with them. But no, that's an inset day. They're back Tuesday. And I just feel like this Easter holidays, there's been such a break from the mental load, and I actually feel incredibly rested. So basically, I'm just going to kind of talk a bit about what we've been up to, because it hasn't been much, but it's been enough. You know what I mean? It's definitely been enough to keep us all happy, keep us all entertained, and also make sure that we all get the kind of mental and physical rest that we were due, I think. So, basically, in our next set of school holidays, we will be in Spain. We're going away, family holiday. We're away for the whole of the half term. So, we wanted to make sure that this Easter holidays, we didn't spend too much money, because a lot of them, Spain we paid off when we booked it. We were very lucky that we did that. But with Disney, we're saving up for that. We're putting money in like a savings account at the minute to save up for that. So we're trying to be as tight as possible. I say that we're really bad at being tight, but we're trying to be a bit more cautious with money. So, we decided to have quite a quiet Easter holidays. So we had quite a few play dates. I had my friends and their kids round, because their kids are just naturally my kids' friends. And I cooked us all some lunch and cooked the kids pizzas, and we all had snacks, and they all played upstairs and around the house, and all those mums got to have a really nice catch up. So we did that a few times. That was lush. We went on a few play dates to other people's houses as well. The kids had a party where I dropped them off. I went for a walk with my friend, whose child was also at the party. And other than that, we have tried to fill every day with at least one walk, whether it's been just straight from our front door, or like driving to Muncaster, or going up Dent, or whatever. We've been trying to do at least one walk with the dog, with the baby, like all of us, and that's been really, really nice. So yeah, we've done like Muncaster Castle a couple of times. We didn't actually do the beacon this time round. The days just disappeared. They literally, I don't know where they went. It feels like it's absolutely flown in again. They always do for me. I think because I'm off with the kids when they're off, because of my work, I find that the time flies in. I don't know how parents do it who both work full time. I mean, I have so many friends who are in that situation, and somehow they juggle work and kids. And I think that for a lot of them, they say that COVID kind of helped, because a lot of places, especially like Sellafield around here, they went to kind of hybrid working. So staff can work from home a lot of the time, which definitely helps. And I know you're not meant to use working from home for childcare, but I do understand if your kids are kind of Lily and James's age and can basically see to themselves so long as you're there. I do understand working from home just to have someone there for them, but I know that the guilt that my friends have for the fact that unfortunately on those days they do have to just give their kids an iPad or tell them to go on their Xbox or whatever. But just so you all know, I didn't have to do that, and I let my kids go on, YouTube, Xbox, the Switch. I let them just kind of shut down as well and just like go upstairs, have their own time. Because everyone needs their own thing. We're currently trying to get Lily into a hobby that she can do in the house, because James loves gaming. But Lily, every time he goes on his Xbox, she just asks to... I can't speak. She just asks to watch YouTube, and I swear it's melting her brain. I don't like how often she watches it, but at the same time I'm very aware that he's getting to go on his Xbox, so she deserves to be able to do something. So a lot of the time we try to push her to go on a laptop or read a book, but at the minute YouTube seems to be winning on her list of priorities, which is concerning. She keeps watching those weird life hack videos, where like they'll take a perfectly good pair of shoes and then just like glue gun stuff onto them and be like, look, I improved my shoes. And I'm like, no, you didn't. They're awful now. She watches them, and she watches them pranking videos. It's all like American teenagers pranking each other, or them, the videos where they'll say like, oh, we challenged ourselves to stay in one room for 24 hours or whatever. And I'm like, else they didn't, darling. Like, it's a load of rubbish, but whatever. I heard recently that children in this generation don't actually know what's real and what isn't, because they're sort of everywhere around them. There's TV, there's games, there's Netflix. Like, there's so much on demand and things like TikTok that basically people love, because it you don't have to have patience with it, because all the videos are so short. It's basically doing our brains in. Kids don't know what's real and what isn't, and kids do not have an attention span anymore, and a lot of adults don't either. So that really worries me. I guess with gaming, the reason that I don't mind James going on his Xbox or going on the Switch or even the PlayStation is because his brain is active, he's concentrating on a task, he's doing something, he's getting somewhere. Plus he wants to be... those people who sort of make additional bits to games and sort of add them in and get paid for it, essentially. I do not know what they're called, but that's what he wants to be when he's older, or a comedian. And he's constantly hyper, and he's constantly making jokes when he's not on his games. So I guess he'll probably will end up being one or the other. But yeah, I think with Lily, we really need to find a better hobby. Obviously, during term time, she's in a lot of clubs like James is, and they're both very busy. So then in the holidays, when she has all this time and she just wants... So when it's like a nice day, she wants to play out. So yeah, absolutely, get out this house, take your football to the park, whatever, you go play. that's what I want them to do. I always push them to do that. I try to push them to be a bit more creative. And actually yesterday they started setting up a business plan to open up their own business, which I thought was just amazing. Like, my family have owned businesses all my life, and they were showing my mum and dad, and it was like I was seeing this creative side come out of them, which was great, and it was like a different side to them. They seemed so happy and so confident and so excited, and to see that, and there being no technology involved, just pen and paper, was delightful. I think a lot of parents can probably understand where I'm coming from with that one in this day and age. I do feel like they're constantly on technology. And yeah, this Easter holidays, they've had quite a bit of that. They really have. But I also think it's done them good in a weird way. I know I'm contradicting myself, but it is downtime. It's mental downtime, isn't it? It's a time when they can shut down and just chill out and not worry and not be here, there and everywhere. I think that we all need time sometimes to not be busy, so we have really concentrated on doing that this Easter holidays, and it's been absolutely bliss. We've really, really enjoyed it. We've played games together. We have played outside. We've done gardening. Stu's been to the allotment a few times. Obviously, he's been working most of Easter holidays, but he's been off for some of it. And yeah, it's just been a very, very chilled one. I'd love to hear what you guys have been up to. It's a much shorter episode today, and potentially next week it'll be a longer one. But basically, my health at the minute is very, it is good, but I don't think my HRT is kicking in, essentially. So I'm having all the menopause symptoms, and my brain just doesn't seem to be working right now. So I can still get on with stuff, but adding more tasks to my load at the minute was just a big no. So because I missed last week's episode, I wanted to come on and do a brief one, but it is only a brief one. And I do apologise about that, but I would love to hear what you guys have been up to in Easter holidays. I hope that you are also learning to put yourselves first. I'm definitely having a lesson in that myself, and I'm getting there. I don't want to feel guilty for it anymore, so I keep trying to just have boundaries, be able to say no, and be able to say no on behalf of my children as well, because at the end of the day I have to be their voice, which is rubbish, isn't it? But I always try to do best by them. I feel like I'm just blabbering this episode, so I am going to go off. I know it's a really short episode, but as I say, I'm sure all of you who listen to this because you relate to this will understand that the mental load, whether you're a parent or not, just being a person in this day and age is so much, because you're expected to do so much, and if we don't keep on top of stuff, people believe that we're just useless, and then we start feeling it. So I'm gonna head off, and I hope you don't mind that. Hopefully next week I'll do a longer episode. I just need to go into the end of this Easter holidays the way that I went into it, and just be kind to myself, do what's right by us. I really want to have a positive year. Also, how early do you pack for a holiday? Because we started packing today, a month early. But if you enjoy listening to the podcast, please follow the Instagram at mamasgonemad_podcast. Email me, mamasgonemad23@gmail.com, and please leave a rating or a review on all of the services that you listen to it on. Also, if you could subscribe, it makes a massive difference. Thank you so much for listening to me blabber on Mama's Gone Mad.
Mama's gone mad. Mama's gone mad. Mama's gone mad.